Hello everybody, how are you guys doing today? I am Tubby Geezer, and we are going to be playing this game. For the record, this is just the in-game, title screen. This is graphically amazing. I know it's just a backdrop, but if the game comes anywhere close to this, I'm going to be so excited. That said, I have a few things to go over first. When I'm playing a game, especially one that's been out for a while, I always like to start with what I do know, because I call these blind runs, but obviously it's not like it's completely blind. Game that's been out for a while, I'm not going to just buy without at least knowing the basic premise. So I know in this game, you play a girl who hears voices. Basically schizophrenia. From what I read, if you're very, very sensitive to mental health issues, don't want a game about them. I mean, it does them. They actually hired professional psychiatrists or brain people to work with them on this game. So it's done very as close to being realistic as possible. It's not like they're making fun of it, is what I'm getting at, most importantly. So, yeah, and it takes place in Norse mythology, which is why I decided to play it now, because we just got done with the new God of War, which takes place in the Norse mythological world. Also, the way that they did the voices that the main character hears is through, ASMR techniques, where you have, two microphones for stereo and people talk in all directions from them. And so what I have read is that this is best played, and I'm assuming watched, with headphones. If you have the option, definitely put on some headphones, because apparently it's a wild journey. That's all I know about the game. Girl with mental health issues that they did a lot of work to make as realistic as possible. And it's in the Norse mythological universe. Spectrum thing. That being said, let's get into it. Also, I'm probably not going to be talking a whole lot through this. Currently, I am fighting bronchitis. A little bit loud. See how this goes. I believe I'm fighting bronchitis. I woke up this morning and all of the work I have done over the last week to keep from getting sick has been for naught. My throat feels like there's sandpaper in it. I'll try not to cough into the microphone. I do have cough medicine. Jesus Christ, the detail on this is ridiculous. The other thing I know, which is kind of cool, is the main character was voiced and motion captured not by anyone famous, not by even an actress, a voice actress specifically, but one of the internal people in Ninja Theory's team. Just, I guess, someone that they had do it for the sake of testing purposes and stuff like that. Do some test voices, and they actually used her for the final, the final thing, which may be this. I don't want to click it if it's gonna bring up a spoilery video about how it was made, but I think it may be the Hellblade feature. Alright, all those things being said, I'm gonna do as best I can today to function with a broken voice. And try to do that as little as possible. Yeah. So if we're ready to hear some voices, throw on your headphones if you can. Let's go. I'm going to try to remember to do this for cinematic stuff. It is a very cinematic game from what I hear. More of a story.
Hello. Who are you? Doesn't matter. Welcome. You're safe with me. I'll be right here, nice and close, so I can speak without alerting the others. Let me tell you about Senua. Her story has already come to an end, but now it begins anew.
What's happening? It's breathing. Dead. It's breathing. It's breathing. He knows she's getting closer. He can feel her coming closer. She's getting closer. They're watching. They're watching. They're watching.
This is a journey deep into darkness. There will be no more stories after this one.
What is she doing? Why is she doing this? They're watching. Why doesn't she turn coming? She's doing this for him. She wants to rescue him. He's already dead. I can feel you coming. You're coming. Quiet.
Oh, how rude of me. I never told you of the others. You hear them too, right? They've been around ever since the tragedy. Well, that's not quite true. Some are old, some are new, but they've changed. I think the darkness changed them, just like it changed her.
Can you see them? Over there. Why isn't she looking? Why aren't you looking? He's in hell high.
Look, up ahead.
In hell high.
You see it too?
You promised you came.
Yes. It is real after all. She's finally arrived in the land of mist and fog. The place the Northmen call hell.
Turn back. Go back. Go back. It's not safe.
This is really good.
Go back. Go back. Go back. It's not safe.
It's there. They're here.
Can you see them? I can see you.
Jesus, the voices are giving me goosebumps.
Look around and you will see them. The drowned, the sick, the slain. Here they lie, rotting in the fields and rivers of hell. But the dead don't always lie still here.
You see them?
This is not a place of rest.
You can't do this. Go back. Go back. They're going to do that to you. Can you see them? Can you see them? They're going to do that to you. They're watching. Stop. Can you feel them watching? They're watching her. They're watching her. You're so close to the darkness. Go back. Can you feel it?
What is she thinking? I can tell you. She's afraid. Wouldn't you be? You'd think she would get used to it by now after so many years. But the darkness, it just builds onto itself, growing stronger, towering over her. You might try and ignore it, turn away. But it's always there, just out of sight, where you're most vulnerable. It's like it knows that just enough light is all you need to see its suffocating power.
Yeah, Melina Juergens.
You might think she's brave to go on this journey on her own, but it isn't bravery that drives her. Bravery only means something to those afraid of death. Senua's fear runs far, far deeper.
Feel free to talk in chat, but I might take a while answering it if she's this is going. I don't want to miss this stuff. Every one of those voices just... It's like clawing in my ears. It's crazy.
What is she looking at? What is she leaving behind? I know what she's thinking. I hear her thoughts. It's not too late to get into the boat and go back. No one will judge her. No one will ever know. Oh, she heard us. There's no going back.
You can't do it.
Senua pushes away a world that conspired to cause so much suffering. There's nothing to go back to, and worse to look forward to. Why don't you join us? Maybe you too have a part to play in this story.
Oh, wow. I thought that was like a video, but no. That was in-game graphics. Look around this world real quick.
Focus.
Let me mess with this. By the way, if you ever wanted audio options in a game, I feel like I have to whisper. I legitimately feel like I have to whisper, which is good for my throat right now, but like... Nothing like having audio options that let you perfect it to the thousandths of a point. Thousandths? Yeah. Menus can go down. Voices need to stay up. Sound effects, I'll go down a little. I really want the voices to pop, because from what I know, that is like... That is the point of this game.
Look closer. Look. Use your eyes. Why isn't she looking closer? She needs to look closer. Focus.
Ah.
Do not forget my stories, Senua. Because your darkness comes from hell, and your fate lies there. They say the burning of a corpse will take you straight to Hela's gate, but gods and the living will follow this path. You must leave the Isles of Orkney across the eastern sea and find a road that leads north and down through deep, dark valleys. After 9 nights of riding, you will follow a great river and will find a bridge covered in gold. The path to Helheim goes from there, across the River of Knives that flows from the dark world of Niflheim.
Okay, I can run. I don't know if I want to.
You can't do it. They're coming now. They're coming. You just escaped.
The darkness is coming. Yearns for life. Hungers for it. Like a pack of wolves on a hunt. But she's not stopping. Not this time.
Can you see it?
The land of mist and fog.
He's in there.
The old fool was right.
Is he?
What was it he said? The river of knives across which lies the halls of hell. The place they call Helheim.
He's lost. He's lost.
Where are you? There's no doubt about it. The source of the darkness is in Helheim. And the goddess Hela holds his soul there. Her dear beloved, Dillian.
Wow.
What is
This-
she doing? Why is she doing this? Why doesn't she turn back? She's doing this for him. She wants to rescue him.
He's already dead.
He's dead. But his soul is in Helheim. His soul still lives. She needs to save his soul. She wants his soul to be at peace. She needs to lay him to rest.
He's already dead. She can save him.
There's nothing she can do. She thinks she's going to save him. She's not.
Do you know where
The
you
bridge
are?
to Helheim. I forget its name. She forgets too. But she does remember that only the dead may cross it. That part wasn't so easy to forget. The old fool said there was a hidden path up to it. Let's see, shall we?
Another thing to listen to?
The Northmen speak of 9 worlds. The world of men they call Midgard. Sky gods dwell in Asgard. The gods of earth, harvest, wind, and sea dwell in Vanaheim. The good elves dwell in Alfheim. The evil ones dwell in Svartalfheim. The mountain giants dwell in Jotunheim. The fire giants dwell in Muspelheim. Niflheim is the world of ice and darkness. Only the dead dwell in Helheim. And that is where you must travel.
So, her voice and her main, like, voice in her head and whatever narrator that is all appear at the bottom. When you see subtitles at the top, that's like all the other voices playing into it. Oh, okay.
That's it. That's the way. Keep going, whatever you do, don't stop. You can't. Quickly, go, quickly. Just drop down. She go down. What's down there? Turn around. You've got to go.
Why did she do that?
She shouldn't know where you are.
Can't go back
Where
now.
else?
No, this is it. The hidden path.
This is one game that if I was playing by myself, not streaming, I would probably still have subtitles on just to make sure I wasn't missing any of the like voice stuff, which is really unusual.
He's going to hurt you.
It's dangerous.
Don't kill me. I'm not one of them.
Don't listen.
I was just hiding. I find I live longer that way. Don't listen. I'll never let the bastards catch me again. Never! Wait. Who are you?
It's just a memory.
Drew? Is that you?
For my tales of the Northmen, they call me Druth. A liar.
He's lost.
An old fool. Druth is my truth.
It's good to see you again. You kept your vow.
Guide you in this life and the next. I will tell you my stories of hell, if I may walk with you.
Tell me your stories again, old friend. I'm listening.
The runes seal the gates to hell. Focus your inner eye, and you too will see what's hidden in plain sight.
You have to take a closer look to see. Why isn't she focusing? She needs to focus now.
She needs to use her eyes.
I can see one.
Hold it in your mind's eye. Find one like it to open the gate.
Oh, interesting.
It's just
It's here. Focus, and you will find it.
Oh.
Look towards the gate, and the gate will open.
Oh, that's a really cool trick. Okay, so we got puzzles. Got puzzles.
Gate is open. Go through the gate.
go through it.
It's dangerous.
Follow it.
What's behind the gate?
Where will
Oh,
it take you?
interact.
It's safe.
It worked.
I spent 6 years enslaved in hell, but I watched the Northmen, learnt their ways.
I know you did.
You listened when everyone else laughed. My people paid a heavy price. Carry my stories with you, and together we will make the Northmen feel our fury.
I don't like heights.
Another voice joins us. She once tried to make them go away. Pretend they weren't real. But what good is that? When we are always here. I guess it's the same with heights. You can stand on the edge, pretend it's going to be okay. But you know that death is near, waiting for you to make that little slip. You can't just wish things away.
Get out of my head.
The world of the dead is ruled by the giantess, Hela, daughter of Loki. The gods feared her bloodline, bad on her mother's side and yet much worse on her father's. So, as a child, the All-Father cast her down into Helheim and gave her power over those who die of sickness, age, hardship, and self-slaughter. In all of the 9 worlds, only Hela can resurrect the dead. To Hela, your Dillion was sacrificed, and with her you must bargain.
It's saying a lot to say that this is unlike anything I've ever played. I've had goosebumps more times in the first 24 minutes of this game than I've had in most other gaming experiences combined.
Stay back. Look at it. You have to open it.
The gate to Helheim divides the living from the dead. Is that the face of Hela herself? The half-rotten goddess that rules over Helheim. Whatever horrors lie behind that door, she must find him. Shh. Someone's here.
Oh, dude, sorry to hear, Hussam. Like, best of vibes to you, dude. I've been there. Well, throw on some headphones, man, and getting engrossed in this. I don't know where it's going, but it is crazy, dude.
You took him from me. I beg you, let him go. I'll give you what you want. I won't resist anymore. Just give him back.
Whoa. Okay.
Finish this! He's gone! She will die. You will die.
Now, like, Harry. Ooh, I can. Wow, this is really fluid feeling. I mean, it's very simplistic.
Too many of them. Find a strong position.
Whoa. These guys are different. Oh. Oh god, I can't hit them? Do I have to get them in the light? Maybe? I don't want to like have a health bar or anything, but the screen keeps going darker and I can't see anything. Can I parry them? God, I can't see them.
Remember your training.
That black stuff is like taking her over.
A vision of what's to come. Poor Senua. The darkness does not bargain. It does not reason. It is rot. And now it has taken hold. It will spread towards her head, the seat of the soul, until there is nothing left of her. All of her suffering will have been for nothing. It's just a matter of time.
The dark rot will grow each time you fail. If the rot reaches Senua's head, her quest is over. Oh my god, this game has permadeath? All progress will be lost. Oh. Okay.
The hardest battles are fought in the mind. That is what Dillian taught her. With every defeat, the dark rot will grow and soon it will take her soul.
Getting a few frame drops, by the way. I think it's leveling off, though.
But for now, at least, she still has control of her mind. And she will fulfill her vow, whatever the cost.
He's not breathing.
Listen to me, Senua. The goddess Hela lies behind the gate to Helheim. To open the gate, you must first face the gods that guard it. The god of fire, Surt, and the god of illusion, Valravn. Spill their blood to open the gate to Helheim and enter the land of the dead.
To Dillian, to his son.
You turn the audio up just a touch more.
Oh, it won't open.
How will she get through? Why won't it open?
So where do I go
She needs
first?
to challenge the gods.
She has to fight 2 gods first.
2 gods.
2 gates.
All right.
Valravn, ancestor of the seers and master of ravens. He hunts his prey with his powers of illusion and feasts on their remains. Follow the path to Valravn and defeat him in battle to earn his mark. The gate to Helheim cannot be opened without it.
This is like a real game. I thought it was gonna. I mean, the combat so far seems very simple, and I don't have like an inventory or anything, but like there's actually combat, and it felt really good. For the record, anyone just showing up, just catching up, that kind of thing. I have the beginning stages of bronchitis. I won't be talking as much as normal, but luckily this game is doing a lot of that for me.
Ymir was a frost.
Case in point. 2, if you have headphones, feel free to put them on. The voices, the ASMR kind of like schizophrenia voices that you hear are amazingly done so far. And yeah. And Hussam, dude, I wish this game had come at a better time, but it is definitely about like a trip through, well, hell, and it looks like we're trying to recover the soul of her lost boyfriend, husband, lover, whatever it is, named Dillian. If you don't want to watch this right now, I totally get it. It is going to be kind of dark, it seems like, but man, maybe if you haven't seen it before, catch up on the VODs later or something, because this looks like it's going to be crazy. That said, I do want to reiterate, I may be, it looks like it's about an 8-hour game, from just like what I saw in like non-spoiler reviews. I may split it into 4 hours today and 4 tomorrow, just to save my voice and save my brain and everything while I'm trying to get over whatever the hell is messing with my throat. I don't know if I could take 8 hours of this all at once, to be honest. It's very draining, constantly hearing voices.
A being of darkness, and all his sons and grandsons were dark after him. Of his daughters and granddaughters, some were monstrous, but others fair. But there was another who came from the ice. Buri. In shape, he was like a man, big and powerful. His son, Bor, took a fair giant to be his wife, and they had 3 sons. Odin was the eldest, and the Northmen hold him to be the foremost of the gods, the All-Father.
Man, the Norse mythology in this, though, is intense. Far more in depth than, you know, what God of War went into. Like I said, man, if you can throw on some headphones and hear them voices that are happening, ooh, buddy, you'll forget the real world exists. There's a cure for bronchitis or any sort of illness. This might just be it. What is that?
Illusion hides the path to Valravn. Don't trust your eyes. Find another way to see the truth.
What's that? It's a door. No, it's not. Push it. Push it. Push it. Come on.
Okay.
Push it. She did it. She did it. She did it.
What? Oh, that's cool.
Look, something was different. Change. Can you see it?
It's funny.
That's all good, man. You do what you got to do, and like I said, best of vibes to you,
What do we
dude.
do? We mostly just close our eyes again and pretend what we saw was never really there.
Focus.
Normally, I'm all about chat and stuff, but with how I'm feeling, plus the way this game is, if I had 100 people watching and no one was talking, I'd be fine. I'd be assuming that they were just as engrossed as I am, but
Anyone never could close her eyes,
I'll do the best I can.
however hard she tried. Begged. This is the price she pays for seeing things differently. Because once you gaze into the relentless darkness, all that lurks within it can see you too.
Even gonna give it a little bit more. Oh, hi.
Don't let them surround you. She finished him. She's scared. She's defend yourself. Do it. You're close. Yeah, she's scared.
I can hear the heartbeat, so that must mean I'm hurt.
You won it.
Okay.
The Northmen will not stop her. She will find what she's looking for.
So it looks like the combat in this game is strictly going to be like lock on, very simple. That it's mostly going to be stories and maybe puzzles? For the record, we all know how good I am with puzzles, so, you know.
Valravan's power of illusion comes from ravens. Align the ravens to break his magic seal.
Show me what you have seen, Truth.
Look how much it's changed. It's all different now.
Okay. Can I get up here? There's got to be a way to get up there, right? Follow the path. Maybe not. I made the music stop. Oh, there we go.
Align the ravens with the mark of Valravan.
It was like you went way too far out of the thing. We're just gonna stop the music until you decide you want to play the video game again. Thanks. Oh, like, can I climb this? E is focus. F is like interact and climb and stuff. I climb up walls? It almost feels like it's trying to do a thing, but then it doesn't. Definitely need to get up there to line those up. So, what are you? Oh! Oh, that's a secret thing too that oh, okay. Alright, so everything in this area is going to be about illusion and seeing things from different perspectives. Got it. Which this one I get. This one... Yeah.
Something's shifted. Something's happened. Something shifted. Can you feel it?
Do you feel it too? It's like crossing into another world that looks the same but feels different. An imposter world where the forest itself is watching.
I do know that they used ASMR techniques where basically you put two microphones facing opposite directions that have like 180-degree cones so they don't overlap, and they have people walk around them. So that's where you get the voices that really sound like they're moving. I do know that about the game, which is... But still, I mean, I don't know if they recorded them simultaneously or separate, or if they had like a full script, or they kind of had people just gave them ideas of what to say and had them just all do it. And yes. Basically what I'm saying is yes, I agree with you. Would have been really interesting. It looks like I can't like climb. Here's another thing. Does it change if I do something?
Another gate.
Another gate.
Oh, I have to do this.
Stay back. You have to open it. It's not safe. Don't listen to them. Listen.
To break the seal, align the ravens with the mark of Valravan.
Okay, well, there's the...
What does it mean?
There's those, so I have to be up on that thing.
Where are they? Can't you see them? She can't. Look around. Look around. Try to find the ravens.
Line up the ravens.
Line them up. He said to line them up. Shh, 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 shh. What is it?
I hear something.
If you hear the song of Valravan, follow it, and it will lead you to him. But be aware of his illusions. You can't always trust your eyes.
I don't see a difference. Ah.
Challenge me.
Listen, focus, listen. You need to focus. He's got focus. Where'd he go? Where is he? It's all your fault.
Another one here. It's so trippy, man.
Fight me.
God, he's creepy.
Is she lost? Wouldn't be the first time. Last winter, before the tragedy.
Ah. Oh, he
She journeyed into
points.
the wilds of her native land, living off berries, roots, and rabbits. It's not uncommon, you see. We call such a person a Gelt. Some, like truth, become Gelt in search of penance. Others, like Senua, the Burgicars. Those who make it back are forever changed.
She can get up now. She can get up now. What's happening? She can get up now. How can she get out? It must be magic. Dark magic. A trick. Valravan's tricking her. Valravan. How can she get out?
Bait.
It's him.
Dark magic draws her closer.
Valravan's magic. It's not him. He's helping her. It's not him.
It's a trick.
She's doing it on her own. He's not tricking her. It's magic.
It's an illusion.
There's a staircase? There is a staircase. There we go.
picture fear, and we think of a shadow in the woods, a creature in the night. If only it were that simple. The worst kind comes without warning. A deep and primal signal from within. A reminder that just because you cannot see the threat, it doesn't mean that it's not already here.
She can't get in. She can't go in there.
Okay.
Valravan, he's there. She can't go in. Has to find another route. Druth says there's always another route. Find a way somewhere. Go round. Find your own path. There's a different way.
Oh, okay.
Take him down! Get him down! They've surrounded him!
I played video games before. Jerks. Another thing to see.
The Northmen say that Odin and his brothers killed Ymir, and that the world of men was formed from his corpse. They made his bones into stone, and his flesh into earth, and his blood into the salt sea. They set his skull to be the bowl of the sky, with his brains for clouds. Odin and his brothers caught the sparks flying from Muspel and made them into stars. And to protect the new world from the giants, they used Ymir's great curving eyebrows as walls.
Okay, as you get far, I thought it was just like the voice followed you when you're hearing those, but you still have to stay kind of close to the
Do you know
thing.
what it's like to leave everything behind? A home, loved ones, to head deep into the wilds, perhaps never to return. Senua does. Because when darkness speaks, it changes everything. Turning home into a foreign land and loved ones into strangers. Exile makes sense when you realize that you were never really home in the first place.
Man. Oh, I gotta go look at the thing first. Okay. Because the heads and stuff glow, but the places where you can change the scenery, but they don't do anything until you do this. Pretty good baseline. They'll turn the voices up a little bit.
The song. Valravan. Valravan's song. It's over here. It's over here. Is that? It's over there. No, it's here. There's two. Which one?
Listen, focus, listen.
It's magic. It's magic. It's an illusion. She's been in a forest like this before. This reminds her of somewhere.
The forest.
Where? Which forest?
The forest in the wilds.
The wilds.
She left Dillian.
She went to the wilds a long time ago.
Why did she go to the wilds?
She wanted to fight her own darkness. She thought she could beat her own darkness.
Did she beat her darkness?
No. It nearly killed her, but she tried.
Druth. Druth helped her.
If it wasn't for Druth, she'd be
She'd be
dead.
dead.
She can't beat her own darkness. She wanted to marry Dillian.
She came to beat her own darkness and marry Dillian.
But it didn't work.
She thought her curse would affect him.
She thought her curse would spread to him.
She thought she'd bring the darkness to him too.
She nearly died.
She thought the curse made her tainted.
Druth helped her.
One more time. Sorry, guys. The audio is really tough to get right on this. Go back. Yeah, I know, right? I was saying that at the beginning, how you can, down to the 1,000th of a point, you can screw with the audio. Okay, I can climb up there. Back here. Here. Oh. I'll try to get as many of these as possible, but...
The Northmen say you must sacrifice in order to receive. They tell how the runes were revealed to Odin only in sacrifice. He hung himself from the world tree, and he stabbed himself with a spear, and he dedicated the sacrifice to himself. For 9 nights he
Agreed,
hung on the
Pulse.
tree without food or drink, and at last he saw the runes below him. He gave a cry and gathered them in his mind and learnt them. Then he fell from the tree.
I think the darkness might be a metaphor for her schizophrenia. Because they have a couple times talked about letting, or how she let the darkness take over and that kind of stuff. So yeah, to be fair, this whole game might be a metaphor for her schizophrenia. I don't know if they're saying she's actually making her way through to and through hell, or if that's literally just a, the whole thing might just be a metaphor. Make sure I didn't miss anything back here. Oh, I think I did. No, nope, nothing. And from the sound of it, her symptoms and everything got worse when Dillian, her lover, husband, whatever, died. So how do we get up there? I'm gonna search around a little bit because Oh, wait. Hold on. Ah. Okay. Get out of my head.
The ravens.
The ravens.
They've gone.
They've gone.
No.
Half of them have gone. They've gone.
Some are still there.
But where? Some are still there.
Mel Raven's helping.
Oh, okay.
He's not helping.
It's a trick.
Quiet.
Watch the Dev Diaries. The Dev Diaries, is that the thing that's available on the menu? Like, in the menu there was something called, like, Hellblade
Fit for this world.
cinematic or something
She
like
almost
that.
gave into the darkness. Almost.
If,
She remembered Lillian's words. She remembered her promise.
if that is the thing and they put it in the game,
And kill
I'll probably watch it on stream when I'm done.
part of her.
I wonder if doing that opened up this. Oh, videos on YouTube, okay. Right, yeah, I wasn't gonna watch the in-game one. Without beating the game first. I think I missed something up here. No? Oh, I have to close that off so I can walk across now that I've opened the side door. Good job, game. That's pretty cool. Down here. Nothing.
The ravens. They've all gone. No. There's still three. There's three. Where have they gone? They're gone. She did it.
Looking back, I was so naive to think she could banish it on her own. The further she saw into the darkness, the more she struggled to see anything at all. And in the gloom, the smallest hints of shape, sound, thought, grow in strength until they consumed her whole. Before she knew it, the darkness had her in its claws.
Broken. The gate is open. Open. She did it. She did it.
There is no such thing as victory when it comes to the darkness. It's like it doesn't want to kill her. Yet, it will gnaw at her, biding its time. Only when she is at her weakest will it strike to kill. Will she find Dillion before her time comes?
Like, I'm not even sure if the thing on her arm is, like, real, like, supposed to be real, or a metaphor for, like, grief or depression or something. I'm sure a lot of this stuff we'll find out. Maybe there's no true answer. Maybe it's kind of a you make what you make of it kind of game, which is totally fine. I think I need to stop calling it a game. It's an experience. It is. It's something different, man.
Overcome Valravan's final illusion to face him in his keep. I know you can do it, Senua. You have the sight.
We both see the darkness. We can fight it together.
That's a dead end. Yeah, here we go.
Speak to me, Druth. Tell me a story.
Senua, listen. I will tell you the tale of a man called Findan. The Northmen captured Findan's sister, and his father sent him to pay for her release. But they took his gold, put him in chains, and held him for a day and a night without food or water. Then they released him. I don't know why. Upon his return, his father's enemies in Erin set fire to his home. His father burnt to death, and his brother was killed. But he escaped with sorrow in his heart. His father's enemies offered redress for his loss and invited him to a feast. It was at a hall near the sea. But when he went there, they betrayed him to the Northmen, who enslaved him and took him to hell. 6 years later, his slave masters landed on the shores of Orkney, burning all before them. And into that fire, Findan made his escape. What was Findan burnt away that day. But from the flames, a new man stepped forward, and Druth was born. Druth. The man that I am now. And though Findan never set eyes on his dear sister again, I, Druth, have found you, Senua.
I wish you could have seen my home before these dark times.
Oh, I have to get up there. How on earth do I do that? To get up in the literal crow's nest. Is it something where I maybe have to go through one of these again like I did last time? But this will remove my ability to get back to the other side of the area, right? This will remove all of that. But can I now go up there? Come on, let me go up there. I don't think you can get up from anywhere else. No, that wasn't the answer. Do it one more time. Oh wait, no? Oh, because there's one up there. Hold on. Huh. Also, what is that? There's no way that lines up with something because you can't get up there. Hold on, are those even the right symbols? Oh, now I'm confused. Not gonna lie, the voices aren't really doing me a whole lot of favors on this one. Yeah, it still looks like I need to get up there. Those three would match up. Okay, so there's nowhere I can go.
You are welcome!
Hey, Dr. Reaper, thank you for the host. Also scared the ever-loving balls out of me. I go... Oh, this is a one-way path. There is no way around this. But I have to get up there. Do I have to focus on him? Oh my god! Hold on. Cut the sound. Dr. Reaper with the 5,500 bits. You crazy person. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for all the bits. I mean, it only goes till Sunday, but you're pretty much at the top of the leaderboard until then. 8,900 this. You're a madman, dude. Thank you. And now, hi. Wow. Okay. Don't you dare. What'd you do? Oh my god, and 50 one at a time. I love it. Thank you so much. Oh, you made a sick man's day. I appreciate it, dude. Hold on. I wanted to see if there was something to do with this, because this is just sitting here off by itself. Even though it definitely looks like those three are the ones I need to get to. I'm trying to see if the gate changes anything new. I know the gate makes this wooden plank appear and disappear, but I can't tell if it does anything else. Like, I don't think it actually changes anything else. Thank you, man. Thank you so much, dude. And thank you for stopping by and for all the bits. You're amazing, dude. Take care. Ah. That's what I was looking for. Going back through and removing that cleared this. Yeah. I don't like heights, guys. Don't love heights. There we go.
Broken. The gate is open. Open.
This darkness. I know it from the wilds. It's coming back for me. I'm still here. Are you too? Where are we? I remember.
it didn't end well in the wilds. It never does. You think you can overcome the darkness, make sense of it, and once relief settles in, it strikes out of nowhere, throwing you helplessly back into the maelstrom, drowning the mind in fear, deeper, deeper, dragging you down so far into the void that maybe this time there is no coming back. But there, in the darkness,
Senua,
she remembered what he told her.
hear me. Reach out to me. Senua, take my iron mirror. Look into it, for it is a window into the underworld. Within, you will see the face of the darkness that you fear. And if you focus, like I have taught you to, you will also see that as much as the darkness has you trapped within its veil, it too is trapped within yours. Focus. Focus! Focus!
I see! I see you now! You led me to the wilds! You trapped me there! I can ignore the pain.
Okay.
Whoa!
Here we go. Hi, buddy. No, this is the first path I took.
You finished it. She's so weak, she's so pathetic.
The combat's not easy, but it is enjoyable. I mean, it's not super difficult or anything either, but it's definitely cool. Oh, okay. Come here. Oh. There we go. I don't know if that hurts me or just knocks me over. Man, I'm so glad I just played God of War. The whole parrying thing feels great. I don't think that hurts me.
Defend yourself.
Watch out!
She's winning. She's winning.
Am I?
Don't let them get behind you. She's
Oh,
hurt this
God.
blood. Watch out! He can read you.
Oh, they tell me what to do. They tell me whether to block or evade. That's... Oh, God. 3 at once? Alright. Hey, that's not fair. I was in the middle of stabbing him. Do I heal over time?
You won.
End it. End him.
Okay, it looks like I do heal over time. Oh.
Find a good position.
Don't let them surround you.
Okay. Okay. I was gonna block and then I was gonna dodge and I forgot to hit spacebar. There we go. Come on, then.
You can do this.
Whoa, okay.
Focus.
You're stronger than me.
Focus.
It's the only way. The mirror.
Focus. Now. Focus.
Oh.
They're winning.
The better fighter.
There we go. Come here.
I never beat you in the wilds, did I? It was an illusion. But not this time!
The Mark of Valravan. One of the keys to the gate to Helheim. Hold it in your mind's eye.
With every battle, the darkness grows stronger. Every victory bringing her closer to defeat. Unfair, isn't it? In those dark winter nights in the wilds, there were times when she considered letting go. If it weren't for Druth, a chance encounter in the wilds, she would not have heard his stories of the Northmen. And she would not have this chance to find Dillion's soul.
I'm coming. I still hear you.
Where's my loot? I know it's not that kind of game, but
When she was younger, she would lay in the grass and stare at the clouds. And there she saw
yes.
them, elusive, shifting faces. After a while, she could see the faces everywhere. The trees, the mountains, caves.
Even though the combat in this game is very basic, it still feels fantastic. I kind of, man.
I wonder, Can you see the faces too? They're there. If you look for them.
Mother?
Oh, not that. Wrong one.
Senua, you have the sight. Just like I do. Once you can see into the underworld and all the souls within it will see you. Don't be afraid when they speak to you. I will always be here to guide you.
Did you see her? That was her mother, Galina. She was a priestess, a healer. She taught Senua to see the weave that binds the world together. And it was beautiful. It was a time before the darkness. But when it did come, it first came for her mother. Senua still sees her face from time to time, hidden in the world. Like she's still watching over her.
I'm smart.
She misses her so much.
So the darkness came for her mother first. I think the darkness is supposed to be like mental illness of some sort. Maybe it's just being stated in a way that in this time period would have been like they didn't understand schizophrenia and multiple personalities and things like that. So maybe that's kind of how it would have been thought of in this time period, or whatever time period this is, but it looks like it's not modern anyway. Now if she whips out a cell phone, you just fine, big old like iPhone 10 and just, or X or whatever it's supposed to be called, then, you know, change my mind. That's fine. Ooh, its door looks different. Oh.
Stop it! She will not stop.
New enemies?
End it. Don't let them get behind you.
Don't let them surround.
Okay.
Behind you.
Thanks, voices.
He's down. Finish it. Finish it. Strike him. Get out of the way! Too slow. Too slow. Stop them.
Oh, hi. Hello, friend. I can't get out. That's not really an option. Can I? Okay, I have to dodge this one.
Surprise him! Finish this! End it now! Run away. Go.
You can hit me with that shield bash all day, dude.
The gate. She needs to go back. She can't. It won't open.
Why won't it open?
Why won't it open?
There's another challenge.
The Northmen say that in the beginning there was nothing but darkness. Bitter cold to the north, fiery hot to the south. They say the cold formed ice, which melted from the sparks from the south. The power of the darkness gave life to the dripping ice, and the first giant was born.
Did I read this
and was
already?
named Ymir.
I think so.
The ice continued to drip, and the power of the void gave life to it, and it became a cow whose milk fed the giant. That's right, a cow.
Oh no, I
haven't.
haven't.
That.
Fair enough. Well, guys, give me 1 second. Because I'm not feeling well, throat stuff and all, I'm going to go grab something to drink, do my stretch thing a little earlier than normal. Usually we take a break on this channel every couple hours, but I'm doing everything I can to just keep liquid in me. A bunch of water this morning. I'm trying caffeine to stay awake and kind of stave off a headache, but yeah, we'll see how this goes. I will be back in like 3 minutes and we will continue playing this. As I said in the beginning, I'm going to try to go as long as possible today, but I may end a little earlier than normal, which is 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I may end at like 4 or something if I'm not feeling really well, or if I start feeling worse. But regardless, if that happens, we will continue right where we left off tomorrow. So I will be right back and we will play some more Hellblade. All right, guys. So let's get back into this. Like I said before the break, I am going to go as long as I can. I took my temperature. I'm almost 101. Which is high, so we'll see how this goes.
Has answered.
Took some cough medicine, maybe that'll
Comes
help.
from a land older than mankind, and the Northmen call upon his flaming sword to raise their enemies to the ground. Find him, Senua, and spill his blood.
Kind of want to find out more about Druth too.
She found the wretched old fool on her way back from the wilds. An outcast. He was badly burnt all over. She took pity on him, for he was not long for this world. Like her, who spoke of his own darkness.
Oh.
The Northmen.
The Northmen tell this story. Before the Earth was created, there was a world called Muspel. Because it was in the south, it was bright and hot, flaming, burning. Sparks that flew out from Muspel became the stars. Other sparks melted ice in the frozen world of Niflheim, creating the body of the first giant, Ymir. Muspel is one of the 9 worlds, and is now the land of the fire giants. And people from elsewhere cannot endure a journey there.
Hello, face.
Senua, we each walk these lands gazing towards different horizons, some of us further than others. Your father cannot see what you see, but there is nothing wrong with seeing the world the way you do.
Oof.
I can't do it. They're too strong.
Oh, okay.
Finish this.
Finish him. She finished him. Get out.
Oh, it actually leaves cuts on them too.
Defend yourself. Stop them.
Ah, okay.
You finished it.
I didn't realize I could do that in any fight. That's cool. Okay.
It's the secret.
Still smell it. The sweet, sickly stench of burning human flesh. And I still hear their cries carried in the wind.
Okay.
Yes, I heard their screams, and I still hear them now.
Are they screaming? The friends. Follow the screams.
Oh, is it this?
Focus.
There it is. Man,
The path to Hellhand.
puzzles are really neat.
For the living, but you already walk amongst the dead. Look towards the gate, and you will see that it has opened.
I'm really bad at them, generally.
My lands, I knew enough of their tongue to beg for mercy, and they took me as a slave. I wish now that they had slaughtered me like the others. I rode their storm of fire, death, and slavery to many lands. This darkness you speak of, I know it well.
And I'm still here to fight it.
Okay, another one. Okay.
Behind you!
Man, I hate these shield guys, though.
She'll never finish it. It's nearly over. Finish it. Behind you!
Oh, God.
Behind you!
Okay. Man, it takes a while to heal, though.
Get down! Finish it! Finish it! Strike it! Watch it! Avenge yourself! Stop this! Behind you!
He's too fast.
Give up. Give up. You won. Behind you.
Whoa, okay, don't do that.
End it. End him. End it now. This is nearly the end. Run away. Go.
I don't know. Can't really get around him any faster, though.
Do it.
He's finished.
There we go.
There's too many. Find him. Surprise him. You're winning.
Okay. Okay, I can't parry that stuff. I really want to. Yeah, if I parry, he just... Probably another one showing up, if I had to guess.
Stop. She will die.
Okay. Oh, I've got this thing too. I guess I could have used that earlier. I keep forgetting about that.
When you see a fire gate of Surt, know that only a sacrifice will stoke the fires of Muspel and let the dead walk through.
Find the fire, Senua, to follow the path to Surt.
What? Oh. I mean, I'm focusing. Oh.
Hell will not give you the answers you want. But you mustn't look away from the horrors it does offer. Because you cannot overcome suffering if you refuse to look at it.
What's happening? Is the fire gone? Where's it gone? The fire's disappeared. The pyre. Surt is through there.
For you. He's waiting for her. You can't get through.
How will she get through?
She'll need to find another way.
Truth said, find your own path.
There's always another way.
There's always the way.
Find your own way.
You
The
just
Northmen
have to
say that the defender of Muspel is called Surt, the foremost of the fire giants. His name means the Black One, because he is like something burnt. The Northmen believe that he sits at the border of Muspel with his flaming sword, and at the end of the world he will leave his post. He will travel to Asgard and Midgard, waging war against all the gods. He will be victorious, and then burn the whole world with fire.
Okay.
another gate.
She needs to find it.
Another fire sacrifice.
Another fire sacrifice.
Find the fire, Senua, to follow the path to Surt.
It's too far.
She'll never find it. She'll never make her way back.
She needs to remember the way back.
What happens when she finds it?
Everything will burn.
Concentrate on where you're going. She needs to remember the path.
Everything will burn, then how will she find the way back?
She won't. She won't be able to tell.
Man, the voices in my head are kind of dicks.
The Northmen made fire sacrifices, burning slaves like me to reveal the path to Surt. I searched for meaning in their suffering, in their eyes, but they just screamed like helpless pigs.
Can I jump down here? Yes. Okay, that'll be my way back. Had to check first. Oof. By the way, fun fact. Adult tip right here. Cough medicine doesn't sit well in your stomach when there's no food in it. Make it.
Do your gods answer your prayers, Senua? I asked the gods for mercy, all of them, even theirs. None answered. In the end, I set myself free.
Defy the gods, Senua. Find your own path, like I find mine.
My gods abandoned me. I am alone.
Gods are dicks. We've already determined this.
Find the fire, Senua, to follow the path to Surt.
Guessing it's gonna be through here.
The Northmen of Hell worship the Devourers, insatiable gods of darkness. I come from Erin, Senua, where I once followed my own gods, the Tuatha De Danann.
Why did you abandon your gods?
Senua, I was a man of knowledge, not a warrior. To survive, I did things. Bad things. Like you, Senua. The man I once was has died. And when that happens, even gods you worship can die with you.
Telling me it's around here somewhere. I kind of see where it could be. I don't see anything that sticks out at the angle of the lower part of the eye. If I leave, does it go away? Yes. Yeah, go ahead. We're all in this together, man. Right, isn't I have to look down somewhere? Oh, it's in the fire. Good eyes, dude. Good eyes. Cool, fair enough. Not even mad. I don't want it, I don't want it, I don't want it. Oh. Apparently running through the fire kills you. Well, I mean, I figured I could maybe run through a little bit of it, but no, it's like an immediate death. Fun fact, that's not quite how fire works, but okay. Oh, I gotta follow the trail. Can I go through here? Oh. Also, apparently people screaming stuns you and sets you on fire. That's a thing. The darkness or whatever doesn't seem to be progressing. I don't know what that's about. Have to go up here? Yeah, I do. Wait. Oh.
Take him down. You won. They're overwhelming. Behind you. You can't do it.
Oh shit.
It's not over. It's not over. You can do it. Keep going. There it is. Front seat. Behind you. Behind you. Behind you.
Stay out of the fire. Unexpected.
You say your world has collapsed.
Oof.
Good. Let it collapse, and have the courage to shed your tears.
Raise your world to the prime!
My world is dead.
Only then, as with a newborn, will you see the world anew.
No, I see nothing now.
Where's Fireboy gonna be? Oh, this is gonna be a thing.
Find the fire, Senua, to follow the path to Surt.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be a whole big thing. Symbols. It's like a T, a P, and
How
a
did you escape
triangle
your
thing.
darkness?
Senua, once I found my purpose, I was no longer enslaved to the suffering I had to endure to reach it. Unclouded by fear, I could see it clearly in others. Even my captors feared the fire of Surt. And so, during one raid, I took my chance and ran, knowing that they would not follow. The fool ran into the fire. They left me for dead. Maybe they
Interesting.
were right to. But here I am. Free.
I'm glad I found you in the wilds. I wouldn't have made it without you.
Right in here somewhere. Yeah, it's right here. Hi. Good lord, that one could be anything. Is it also over here? I saw it pop up. Oh. It's going backwards. Let's not do that.
The Northmen believe that the world will be destroyed someday. They call it Ragnarok, the destiny of the gods. Asgard will be attacked by Surt and the fire giants. A monstrous wolf will swallow the sun, and the gods will fight in vain against their enemies. There is nothing they can do to prevent it, but Odin ever seeks knowledge and magic, hoping to find a way to postpone that dark day.
I'm not even getting hints on this one. Here. Hey, Extra, what's up? Oh, trying to play this game. Trying to figure out puzzles. Hey, that's all good, man. Definitely out here somewhere. This game reminds you of ACO? No, not even a little, man. You think you might have it? The puzzle? Sneaky. That's funny, right when you said you had it, I saw that stick and I was like, that stick's in a weird place. And then right as you said right roof, I was like, oh hey. You don't even need to apparently type in chat, you just through brainwaves. Tell me all the right answers. Yeah, this game is nothing like ACO. It's more story than game, but...
Senua, if I can survive the fire of Surt and escape my darkness, then so can you.
I mean, it's a nice sentiment and all, but are you sure?
Run, Senua! Run! Run! Through the fire! Keep running! Go on! Nothing will stop you! Run, Senua! Run! 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 Run, Senua! Through the fire! Let go of the charge like I
She's dying.
It's him. It's him.
Not dead.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. This darkness takes everything. Everyone.
Senua, are you sure you want to do this? We can fight this together, side by side. We always do.
This is my battle. I have to face it alone, away from here.
Where will you go?
I don't know.
For how long?
I don't know.
I believe in you. You know that. Just promise me that you will come back to me. I want you to say it. I want you to say it.
I will come back to you. I promise.
Come on.
Kitty cat. You make everything better, right, buddy? Oh, God.
The blood of Serpent. Take his mark, and I will cheer you from the underworld and forever be in your debt.
Dude.
You destroyed everything, everyone, but not me. Fight me now.
Okay, so we're not blocking that.
She's hurt. There's blood. Too slow.
Oh, God.
Get up. She's going to die. She's injured. She's not going to make it.
I'm not getting near you while you do that, dude. Or maybe I should. Maybe I have to hit him. Oh, maybe I was wrong. Okay. But I don't know what I'm supposed to do here. Not that. Okay, apparently I just have to beat him up and like get him out of that. Is that, yeah, that didn't work. Oh god. Whew. Wasn't quite as complex a fight as the other one, but
One. A greater battle takes its place. And so it goes. Until we fall. And in the end, we all fall. Even the gods have their time. Yet we still go on. Why?
I made a promise, and I will go to hell to keep
I
it.
die free, knowing you will carry my stories with you. I have fulfilled my quest.
Yes, you have.
When the darkness comes, I vow to guide you in this life and the next to fulfill yours.
Then I will see you in hell.
Be ready to face horror in the eye, as I have. To find your answers. Your quest. The truth.
man.
Truth was a troubled man. A scholar turned slave. They tortured him. Took him with them on their raids. Drove him to madness. Spreading this new form of darkness to new worlds. To my world. Senua saw a deep connection form between the Northmen and the darkness. If his tales of hell were true, then that was the source of it. She learned everything she could from him, until she too could see what he saw.
Oh, wrong way. Man. I don't know if the world needed proof, and I mean, this game's like a year old, so it's not like it's anything new to most people, probably. But if there was ever proof that, like, games and art can be the same thing, I think this does it.
Have you ever died before? It's a serious question. When the illusion of self is shattered, you simply cease to be. Though it may not seem that way to others, you know when it is true. You can feel it. A stranger in your own body. An imposter. And nothing is the same ever again. Senua has died before. And she will do so again.
With the mark of Valravan and the mark of Surt, you may cross the bridge over the River of Knives to Helheim.
Why is she waiting? Open the gate. Open the gate. No, it's dangerous. It's dangerous. Don't open the gate. Don't.
Too late. Press the button. Yeah, people aren't supposed to be here. Hi, buddy. Say hi. Hi.
Truth? Anyone?
There is no one here but me.
Not you.
Did you think that I would let you go? That you lost me back in the wilds? I will never let you go. You can't get rid of me. I am your shadow.
Michael Clark Duncan?
And I will be watching when you draw your last dying gasp.
I'm not ready to die.
You will be when you see what they did to your dear beloved.
Damien!
Okay. I know what that is.
This waking nightmare, where all dreams come true. You searched for control, a way to pull through. When you were in love, you left him in tears, to smother your furies and banish your fears. But in darkness they came. Through stormy black seas they raided these shores. Do you still hear his screams? And now that you're home, he's so far away. They've taken his soul. To these gods you cannot pray. They can break you, but not your promise. Even death won't keep you apart. Through his darkness you will find him. In your sword still beats a heart. You fought for love unspoilt. By your darkness within. You fought for your dreams. Now there's no way to win. In the head of his corpse lies the seat of his soul. So you must carry his vessel to bring him back home.
You did this! No! No!
They can break you, but not your promise. Even death won't keep you apart. Through this darkness you will find him. In your sword still beats a heart.
I feel like I've heard that like poem somewhere before.
The darkness touched you. Everyone could see it in the hollows of your eyes.
Yeah, I know, right? Smoker Darth Vader.
From life. You ran from it but brought it nearer. Led it to him. An endless suffering, worse than death.
That face, though.
You wanted to surrender. Abandon and to find peace with the gods. No.
No.
The darkness won't allow it.
What's up, Ketchup?
Walk into the lair of the beast. Look it in the eye, and you will go to war. This is your mission. This is your quest. There is nothing else left.
For the record, that seems to be a new voice in our head. Hello, friend. I mean, honestly, the combat.
Warrior for a reason. It's your calling.
The combat is an afterthought. It's mostly a story game, but the combat, even though simple, is really well made.
Why suffer the past when there is a new road ahead?
The combat, yeah, I know, right?
Makes sense.
So the combat feels like God of War
Finish this
before you get any skills. Basically. There's no inventory, there's no like skill ups, there's no experience or points or anything. It's literally a story game, but it's literally a story game with just like a few elements of combat, which is cool. That's totally fine that combat's not the main focus. Like I said earlier, it feels like less of a game and more of a story. No, you're actually traveling into Hell, the Norse underworld. Oh. So this is all Norse mythology stuff. I guess you're kind of like fighting enraged spirits of some sort or something?
She's hurt. She's injured. She won't make it.
Hi, friend.
She's hurt. She won't make it.
Okay, so parrying's not gonna happen. That is the head of her lover, husband, whatever, who is dead, and she's actually taking the head into Hell to free his soul. Yes.
It's nearly over.
Well, she's schizophrenic, so there are actually voices in her head. From what I know of this game, the makers of it, Ninja Theory, they actually hired brain doctors to help them make it as realistic as possible. It's pretty amazing, actually. No one's really ever done that before.
Behind you.
Ow. Alright.
Too slow. Don't give up. Don't give up. Finish this. You can do this. Make it. Go again. Down.
Ow. Ow.
They can see you're weak.
Well, true, but to try to show people what schizophrenia sounds like, that's crazy. Like, that's never been done.
He can read it.
They're winning.
That's a curse that was put on her by Hela, the ruler of Hell, for trying to enter, it seems like. to be fair though, I think this entire game may just be a metaphor for like mental illness and like grief, because they call her affliction the darkness, which is also what is on her arm, and they say if it reaches her head it'll kill her. So there's a lot of things we don't know yet, whether this is literally happening or it's just kind of all a metaphor for losing the one she loved and dealing with the mental illness and all that. So still a lot to learn.
However you come to the gold-covered bridge that leads to hell, you may find it guarded by a giantess. She will ask your name, she will ask your lineage, she will ask your business. The Northmen tell of the warrior woman Brynhild, who leapt into fire and rode to hell to join her slain love Sigurd, and is challenged by the giantess.
It's hidden. Look for it.
The journey to Helheim is never a straight one. Each must find their own path. Align yourself to its secrets, and you will find yours.
No? Can't get up there, can I? Gotta be a way. Can't go back either. Feeling there's no happy ending? Yeah, I kind of get that feeling. Right, I think it, I mean, look, I don't want to guess too much, but I feel like whatever happens is very much going to be kind of like a give and take kind of thing, like almost like a lesson more than like a happy ending. It keeps giving me that prompt and I don't know what to do about it. I mean, I can see the things I'm supposed to look at, but mouse does not want to cooperate, by the way. Go back down here again. What? Oh my god, that's interesting. That's new. Yep, that's exactly. They've been doing it to us the whole game, too. I really like the puzzles. It's not so much move the shape, but in this case, it's like position yourself so that it makes the correct shape. Looks like that. There it is. Oh, I'm gonna have to see it, yeah, from all different angles. Yep. It's really cool, though. I mean...
Hela possesses large dwelling places in Helheim. Tall are her walls, high are her gates. The name of her dish is hunger. Her knife is famine. On her threshold all will stumble. Her bed is called sick bed, and her bed hangings are called flames of a funeral pyre. They say she is easy to recognize, half black and half the color of flesh, and her face menacing and grim.
Ooh, what is the point of going over here? This is interesting. Hello, face.
Oh, Senua. Your father does not hate me. He just fears the souls in the underworld. He cannot see that they are already afraid. But I am their healer, and I must answer their cries for help, even if it displeases him.
I think that was just that secret. X. Hold on. Ah, there it is. On we go. More punching stuff in the mouth? Maybe? Ooh.
The gate is opening. It's coming.
That song again.
Is it?
It's Helen.
Yes, the source of the darkness. It's coming. This is your moment.
I'm sorry. I can't watch this.
What are you doing? You're showing weakness. You're not a warrior. You're a disgrace. The gods will punish you for this. Pick up the sword. Pick it up. Fight the darkness. Fight it. Get up. Get up. Get up and fight.
Ugh. This is gnarly, man.
Stormy seas and lost souls. She's dreamt of this before. They say dreams are visions of our memories, thoughts, and fears, as seen by our inner eye. But what if each one of us is always dreaming, even when awake, and we only see what our inner eye creates for us? Is this what hell is? A world shaped by Senua's nightmares. Maybe that's why people feared seeing the world through her eyes. Because if you believe that Senua's reality is twisted, you must accept that yours might be too.
You failed the gods. You're pathetic. Rotten. Cursed. What were you thinking? Did you really think you could win? How stupid can you be?
So stupid.
Everyone hates her. She's cursed.
The shadow hates.
Look at you. A warrior. Worthless. Weak. Pathetic. Go on. Feel sorry for yourself, because there's no one left to do that for you.
Everywhere. You failed. What's that?
Take it. If you're too much of a coward to fight, then end the suffering. Broken and lost. Just like your sword.
Come on. Dare.
Oh! Oh!
Why go on?
Well, that's how you cauterize a wound,
Everything
everyone.
face that which torments you,
Oh.
only to find that it is worse than you could have imagined. Why go on? Is it really so weak to ask this? Or are we just so afraid of the honest answer that we do not dare pose the question? Sometimes the answer lies in a memory, a feeling, a song.
For the record, the new voice is the deep voice is one. Yeah, there are.
Don't give up.
Did he? It's
Not like this.
It's not real. It is real. It's a trick. Don't trust it. Maybe you're already dead.
Who are you?
Do you still believe in yourself?
No, it's not. It's a trick. She knows it's a trick. He's already dead. You know.
That sort of soft male voice is her lover. That's dead.
Come to me,
Him.
please.
The light. Go towards the light. It's him. There he is. It can't be him. It's just a trick. It's in your mind. No, he's here. It's in your mind. It's real. It's happening. Go towards it.
Well, your sword's broken, so... Yeah. If you, by the way, if you're wearing headphones right now, kudos to you, because that makes this so crazy.
It's Dillian. He's gone. You were too slow. How could you? Keep going. How could you? Keep going. Ignore the pain. I told you it was to trick you.
I told you.
Where are you going?
See,
There's nothing to follow.
come on.
Before she first met him, she was not in a good place. Just a teenager, but not like the others. Barely functioning, she rarely left the house.
You can do it.
Her father's in-bell made sure of that. Only occasionally did she venture out on her own, collecting firewood and herbs. Errands out in the Orkney Plains. That was her world. Like this one. Barren and lonely. You're getting stronger. You're getting stronger.
It's already disappeared.
Nothing lives here, not even you. It's in your mind. You think you can see it, but it's in your mind.
See, some of the voices say stuff that's like
There
the
he
truth.
was. The lone figure of a boy.
He's there, under the tree.
Sword play under the shade of a tree.
See, yeah, there's the tree.
She remembers the first time she saw him.
He's there, under the tree.
To her young eyes, he moved as if dancing,
Dillian, go meet him.
and the world danced with him. The gloom lifted, and for the first time in years, she felt a ray of hope.
The Northmen tell of a great hero. His name is Sigmund. His father's hall was built around a great tree, and one day, Odin comes and thrusts a sword into the tree, a gift to whomever can release it. Many try, but the sword only comes out at Sigmund's touch. His brother-in-law, King Siggeir, wants it, but Sigmund refuses him, so King Siggeir plots revenge. He invites Sigmund and his brothers to a feast, but when they arrive, they are met with an army, not a warm welcome. King Siggeir captures Sigmund and his brothers, steals his coveted sword, and readies them for execution.
The funny thing is, not to turn away from this amazing experience, I wonder how much of this lore they're going to use in God of War 5. There's a lot of good Norse lore that they could incorporate, or mythology, or whatever you want to call it, into like the next God of War game, because that's what made me want to play this, was all the cool lore in God of War 4, but this one is so much deeper. I don't know where I'm going. Is it under the tree? I'm not sure what that is. Maybe?
Day after day, watching from afar, she mimicked him, perfecting her own secret dance.
Ah.
Wishing those fleeting moments of light would stretch out to last forever.
It's a trick.
It's an illusion.
It's not real. Different. It's real.
You want to believe it's real, but it's a trick.
You're deluded.
Where are you going?
Where is she going?
What is she following?
You can't even
fine. It's just deception.
How does he so effortlessly court the world and bliss? If only she could do the same. See the world through eyes anew and dance with it, just like he does.
What's your name?
Senua.
I haven't seen you before.
I don't leave home much.
Oh, Zenua's daughter.
I have to go.
Wait. Who taught you to fight like that?
No one.
No one?
Well, I watched you, and...
You learnt all of that from watching me? You should become a warrior, you know.
Me?
I'm Dillian. I'm here for the warrior trials. Would you come and watch? And bring your sword.
You can't put it into words. That moment when you look into the eyes of the one who's supposed to reassure you, make you feel safe. It only takes an instant. Fear swallows you before you have a chance to make sense of it. And darkness becomes a part of who you are. But her world changed the day the Northmen took him from her. Senua knows that there's no going back to how things were. That there's nothing to go back to at all.
Stay still, stay quiet, hide, don't tell her.
Their gods can see into your mind. They will use this power to destroy you.
They won't stop me. I can still feel him.
Whatever's left of him, they will never let him go.
I'm not gonna let him rot here.
You're the one rotting here.
Leave me alone.
You will die here.
No.
And all your suffering will have been for nothing.
Shut up! Dillian? Is that you? I'll find you, my love. I promise.
It's weird because if you kind of separate the voices from what she's doing and saying, you can very much see like the schizophrenic personality in the character.
Is he not real? Is he there?
But you also get
In these mountains. Is that Dillian? Nothing lives here. You won't survive. You met him by the tree. She met him by the tree. Maybe it's a sign, the tree. What's he trying to tell you? He's waiting for you by the tree.
no, I get that. No, not a thing. Also, I'm pretty sure. Here we go.
Death for Sigmund and his brothers seems certain. But the king's wife is Sigmund's sister, and she begs for mercy and implores the king to chain them up instead. He agrees. Not mercy, because he plans an even more cruel and lingering death. Chained to a tree in the forest that night, a she-wolf comes and devours one of Sigmund's brothers. She returns, ravenous, night after night, until only Sigmund is left. The next day, Sigmund's sister sends a servant with honey to smear on Sigmund's face. But to what end? Well, that night, when the she-wolf appears again, you'll never guess what happens.
Yeah, that's the thing. They're Well, there's... I haven't been able to count, which is weird because I've gotten so used to the voices. I've kind of lost track of how many there are. But there's like 5 or 6. There's 5 or 6 generic ones that just kind of like whisper stuff. And yeah, some of them say really mean things, some say really nice things, some are really helpful, some are like controlling and awkward, and it's bizarre.
Take it. A sword. Take it. Dillian left it for you. Take it. Take it. Take it.
Imagine a sword that can slay gods. Its name is Gramr. It was forged by the god of all Northmen, Odin, and gifted to Sigmund, a great warrior.
I need this sword. It's important. Can you help me?
The sword appears whole, but it is an illusion. It shattered into shards long ago. It is said a great warrior can reforge Gramr by answering the trials of Odin, one for each shard. The roots of the Tree of Death will take you to new lands, where you will face the trials.
Go to the shards. Go to the shard. Go to the shards. What's the shard? Find it. It's the metal runestones. It's in front of you. Find it. The metal. The runes. You need that sword. Go to the shard. Find the shards.
Okay.
Where is it? Find it. There it is. Focus.
Yeah, I don't know what this is, by the way. Combat difficulty auto. There's easy, medium, hard, or easy, normal, hard, but then there's... I have it on auto because that's the weirdest setting for combat difficulty.
Get closer. What do you see? Go to it. It's not safe.
A king in the north forced the dwarves to make a sword that would never fail and never rust, and that would slice through iron and stone and bring victory to its bearer. But the angry dwarves cursed it. It would be the death of a man every time it was drawn, and it would be the death of the king. Let me tell you about the sword Tyrving.
I don't recognize this place. Where are we? Where is she?
It feels wrong. Where are we now? Burial mound. So strange that we go to such lengths to bury death. Something so very ordinary, inevitable. It's as if we conspire to hide death, because we have no answer for it. But when it comes and forces itself onto our friends or loved ones, then comes the reckoning.
Yeah, I'm thinking the last one, man. The like, better you do in combat, the harder it gets. Here's the thing, though. They said that if you die X many times, it'll reach her head and whatever. I didn't die on the first boss, and it progressed up her arm, and then I died 4 times since, and it hasn't moved. I think that's a load of crap. I think that entire setup of, like, permadeath if you die too many times, whatever, I don't think it's true. I mean, it might be, but it's not acting like it. And if it's not, that's even more clever, because that keeps people, like on their toes, thinking they'd have to start over. Yeah, easy to test, but I'm not going to, hopefully. I mean, I might test it by accident by dying a lot.
Who's there?
Photo mode is disabled in this area. Nice. You know what, guys? I don't want to do this. I want to keep playing this game so bad, but no. I feel like death. I feel absolutely terrible. I'm sweating. I don't know if you can see. Yes, blind playthrough, literally. I had a little bit of a temperature last time I took a break, and it feels like it's getting worse, and I'm starting to sweat. And I had to turn off my mic and have a real gnarly cough. So I think I'm going to call it there for today. I mean, 3 hours isn't the worst thing in the world.